Kia ora koutou, and welcome to our LSV webinar today. My name is Ewan Alexander, and I'm a Senior Advisor here at MSD, and I'll be the MC for this webinar today. First of all, I just wanted to thank you for taking some time out of your day to learn a bit more about the LSV programme. This webinar is aimed at employers and recruiters who may be interested in working with us here at the Ministry of Social Development to secure employment opportunities for our LSV participants. Today, we'll be discussing a few things. First of all, information about the LSV programme, the role of an LSV workbroker, including the workshops that we deliver here at MSD, how we at MSD can support you to employ an LSV participant, including some MSD products and services, information on the Employment Expo that we run and how you could attend, and also what we'll have is an opportunity to ask questions and to learn more. Now, there's a button at the bottom, which is Q&A. At any stage during the webinar, you're able to ask questions. And what we'll do is we'll dedicate some time at the end, plenty of time, actually around 20 minutes, so that you can ask those questions and we'll be more than happy to answer those. So I'd like to start off with a karakia. So I'm going to hand over to Dallas Proctor, who works down in our Christchurch location. Oh, so we've got our first technological issue there. So Dallas, if you could please put yourself off mute and we'll take it from there.
Apologies. I karakia tātou, whakatakatiho ki te uru, whakatakatiho ki te tonga, kia mā kina ki utu, kia mā taratara ki tai, e hi aki ana te atakura, he tio, he huka, he hahu, te hau Māori ora. Nā mihi mahana kia koutou katoa, ko Dallas Proctor aho. I am the Matarangi Mahi, the workbroker for Burnham Army Camp in Ōtautahi, Canterbury region. I've been working for the Ministry of Social Development for 23 years and on the LSV team for 7. I have held a number of roles throughout that time, but by far this role at LSV is one of the most rewarding, working with our rangatahi. What I love most about being part of the LSV team is seeing the pride on our trainees' faces when they graduate. The family's pride for their son, daughter, nephew, niece or grandchild for what they have accomplished and the hope that it gives for their future. This course can literally be the catalyst for changing lives. Kia ora.
Kia ora, Dallas, and thank you for leading us through that karakia. I'd now like to pass to Rachel.
Kia ora nā. So I've been with the ministry for 20 years this year and have been in the LSV space for the last 6 years and absolutely love what I do, working on better outcomes for our graduates. Our outcomes into work here in Trentham were tracking along nicely prior to COVID, and it became harder to move graduates into work when we ourselves didn't even know what was happening in the now COVID environment. Since then, things have improved and outcomes have improved. Our goal here is to get back to the higher percentages and to give everyone who comes through LSV the best possible start into employment. And hopefully this is where you will add value. Thanks for being here today.
Thanks for that, Rachel. And now I'd like to introduce Emma.
Kia ora, everybody. My name is Emma. I am one of the workbrokers out at Whenuapai, which is the Auckland-based LSV course. I've been at MSD for 4 years. A little over 2 of those years have been at LSV. Before I was at MSD, I was actually a professional athlete and I did a little bit of coaching as well, which has obviously sparked my strong interest in helping people reach their full potential. So I'll share with you guys today one of my core beliefs, and that is that I feel everybody is capable of achieving great things if they're put in the right environment and given the right tools. So I feel quite passionately about this, and I believe that everybody deserves this opportunity. So to be at LSV and to be working alongside our youth and to witness their growth is a real privilege for me. I think that all of our LSV team would agree that we're really lucky to be working in this unique space. And I just hope that this webinar shows the impact that this course makes and demonstrates how you guys can play a crucial role in the lives of our young people through this course. I'll just finish by saying, as cliche as it sounds, our youth are the leaders of tomorrow. They're the generation that are coming through, so it's really important that we invest in all of them. We give them the opportunities they deserve, and that's essentially what today's all about. So thanks for being here and thanks for supporting us.
Thank you very much for sharing that, Emma. And I'll pass over to Joe.
Kia ora everyone, my name is Joe, same as Emma. I'm based here in Auckland and been here for 6 years now, and really enjoy what I get to do working with the youth. That's my passion, working with the young ones. You know, some of them remind me of myself when I was young, so just getting the good advice from us work brokers and NZDF staff is really crucial to their development. For myself, my favorite part of the course is seeing them from day one walk in and then seeing the change, you know, when they walk out of here in 6 weeks' time. So welcome everyone, and thanks again for being here today.
Thanks for that, Joe. So Joe, Emma, Rachel and Dallas are all work brokers at the LSV Programme, but we're all also lucky to be joined here by someone from the New Zealand Defence Force. So we've got Tua Atkinson.
Kia ora, tēnā koutou. My name is Tua Atkinson. I've been in the New Zealand Defence Force for 35 years, going on 36. The last 3 or 4 years as a civilian. And I've been working at YDU since, with LSV since 2016. So coming up 8-9 years dealing with youth, and it's been a fantastic work opportunity for me and one that I've stuck around outside of uniform to stay in. The reason I'm so passionate about LSV and all the work we do with youth is same as Joe, pretty much. The change that you see from day one right through to day 41 when they graduate is quite incredible to watch. And like Emma said, if you put them in the right environment and you give them the role modelling that they deserve to have and may have not been present, previously, you can see some real growth, positive growth in their confidence, their self-esteem, their motivation and their initiative to get out and become really good citizens of New Zealand. So that's why I'm in the game. He waka eke noa, we're all in this canoe together, no exceptions.
Thank you for that too, and thank you also for joining us today. It's a pleasure to have you here. So, as I said at the beginning, my name is Ewan Alexander, and I'm a senior advisor here at MSD. So my primary role is at the operational lead at MSD of LSV across the country, but I'm also the relationship manager with New Zealand Defence Force and New Zealand Police, who are our partners who deliver the programme. For those who weren't here at 11 o'clock, I'll just briefly cover what we'll discuss today. So apologies if you're hearing this for the second time. First of all, it's information about the LSV programme, the role of an LSV workbroker, including the workshops we deliver there at MSD, how we can support you to employ an LSV participant, including some of our products and services we have, and information on our Employment Expo and how you could attend. And there's also an opportunity to ask questions. So as I said before, there's a Q&A button. Please feel free to ask questions at any point in time, and we'll have a lengthy Q&A session at the end. So, as I said, I oversee LSV at national level for MSD. And to give you a bit of background about the programme, it's a free 6-week course for young adults, primarily 18 to 24-year-olds, but there are some 17-year-olds who attend on a case-by-case basis. It is completely voluntary. You can attend from anywhere across the country. And it's targeted at people who are either on a benefit, not in work, or at risk of being a long-term beneficiary. The aim of the programme is to support young people into employment or training by improving their self-discipline, initiative, leadership skills, motivation, and various other skills. Young people are supported in this course by our team that you see here, but there's a large-scale team at New Zealand Defence Force, as well as at least 3 MSD staff who are dedicated to each and every course. There's also staff such as a nurse, a mental health worker, a social worker, and a police mentor, a police officer who attends the course for the 6 weeks. Engaging with employers is a key part of LSV. We host employer engagement events, and it gives our young people the opportunity to meet directly with employers, to have interviews, and to get the next step in their employment journey. We also support certification and licensing, such as driving licenses and first aid certificates. Now, MSD are primarily responsible for getting young people to attend, and then supporting them into work afterwards. However, you might not know that we also deliver around about 20% of the course. So these are workshops that build work readiness and build skills such as interviewing, CV building, and career planning. With an LSV graduate, you get someone who's shown eagerness to grow and to learn. They've shown commitment to complete the 6 weeks, dedication, and they've got out of their comfort zone. A lot of them are ready for the next step, and we'd love your support to help make that reality for our clients. Sometimes I feel like LSV seeing is believing though. So we're going to show you a video which covers the 6 weeks of the course.
There's no other course like this that I'm aware of. You know, these guys come here, everyone's got an equal chance here to prove themselves and to learn. We always tell them, once you get used to the routine, you'll honestly love the course. And the last month will change your life.
Shoulders back, heads up. Excellent, be proud, focus. Punch the foot out, stand there. Hey! One!
I'm going to give you 15 seconds.
Move!
The first day of LSV is really loud and aggressive. I think from a trainee's perspective coming in, it can be quite overwhelming and quite scary, but knowing that there's a purpose behind everything that we do, it sets up the rest of the 6 weeks.
Height. Yeah, get it in your mind. That's going to be your clothing for the next 6 weeks.
Standard, ease. Too slow, rest. Standard, ease. Rest. Standard, ease. Make sure when you do this, your head is looking up, your shoulders are back, and you are proud to be here.
We always say the first 2 weeks is the hardest, but if you're here at LSV, you're pushed outside of your comfort zone. And when you're outside of your comfort zone, you grow as a person, and it shows you what you're able to do as well.
Get out any drugs, alcohol, knives, lighters, cell phones, MP3 players, aerosol cans, food or jewellery, and this includes makeup. Okay, this is the stuff we'll be taking from you for safekeeping. You'll get it back at the end, okay? And you'll get it back when you need it.
Before this course, I've been waking up like 3-4 p.m, but I'm hoping to get like a routine from this. Just get up, get out and do things and not just sit in my bed all day.
Don't look at me, look straight ahead. Stay in this position. I will be back with you.
I want to change my life, just make everyone proud, especially my mom, because that's like the main person I'm trying to like make myself proud to, because she was a police officer, so I want to carry on the path that she took.
I can handle discipline most of the time, and I've done camps and stuff before, but not anything this intense. I'm finding it a bit strict, but in a good way. Like, this is the kind of strictness I need right now.
Go on! Go on! Go on! Go on! Go on! Go on!
The first thing about us is that we're military and you have come to us to learn. Okay, so we come across as strict, stern, and we enforce standards. The reason for that is because we get you here and we want to give you back to society here. Okay, so we need to hold you accountable for your actions and at all times hold you to the standard that we expect of ourselves. So just because we're holding you accountable and we're holding you quite strictly to these standards that we give out, doesn't mean that we don't care, doesn't mean that we don't like you. Understand that?
Yes, sir.
I feel like our 17 to 25-year-olds, at that time of their life, their decisions that they make really impact them. And so being here at a 6-week residential live-in program, like, it is tough, it is confronting, it is challenging, but that's the whole point of it, is to get people outside of their comfort zone so the real work can happen.
One foot in front of the other! 3, 2, 1, let's go! Let's walk it with you!
It's not about your weaknesses.
9!
It's about your strengths.
The longest day.
The longest day. That massive, massive day.
Beast of a day.
We wake up at 4 o'clock, and then from there on, pretty much hell started.
So the longest day is a real long day of team building activities. There's a lot of thinking involved, a lot of fitness, a lot of mental push that we try to push them to create new limits in their lives. That way the next time they find hardship, they understand that they can push through things that they never knew they could.
It was quite difficult for me. I haven't done that much fitness ever. I just wanted to stop, walk away and just go home. But I just thought about the feeling of graduating. So I'd feel pretty crap if I did all this and then just left. So it was kind of just pushing through and not giving up for me.
Okay, mili. Batia. Soon. No, Pati. Soon. Okay. Let's go. 3, 2, 1.
I thought that I would give up some point, but then I actually pushed myself and tried to remind myself like my purpose of why I'm here, why I'm doing this, who I'm doing this for.
The challenges I had was really pushing my mental strength. No matter how many times my brain says, no, stop, because I'm not going to stop, I'm going to push through it. I feel like I've actually achieved something. I feel like I can say to my dad, I did this and this and this. He's going to be incredibly proud.
I've learned that my mind's a lot stronger than I realised. So instead of just dwelling in the negatives, we're focusing on the positives. And that's the cool thing about here is that they push forward the positives. So I never give up.
Come on. It was pretty intense, but the good things about it was just like all the support, encouragement, everyone that's like been pushing everyone to like try their best. I got used to being a leader, stepping out of my comfort zone, trying to like push everyone to come together.
If I can just do my best for this small portion of my life, I could probably change my whole life. It's probably the greatest second chance I've ever been given, coming to LSV.
As a platoon and for myself, we've grown to be pretty good 2.0 versions of ourselves, so we've raised the bar quite a lot through this 6 weeks.
1, 2, 3, go!
Happy, proud of myself, and how far I came. So I'm leading my team.
Hey, spot!
Getting the trainees through to the end of 6 weeks is a big achievement on its own. Graduation day could be the most proudest day of their life. I thought this was like a 6-week boot camp, but it's not like that at all. It's getting them ready for a job, making them employment ready.
The job opportunities that the trainees have available to them post-course, they're a whole lot bigger than what they were prior. The skills and attributes that they've developed, things like work ethic, being on time and being prepared to do any sort of task that they are given, and can actually show the employers that they're capable.
That's what this course does. It not only gets you out of your shell, but it makes you accept you for who you are and also others, and it gives you those skills so that you can go out back into your everyday life and be independent.
Each and every one of us has grown and developed skills that we wouldn't have known in the big wide world. So once again, I'd like to thank and congratulate you all for making it this far. You can take a man out of 3 platoon, but you cannot take 3 platoon out of the man. Thank you.
Teamwork's probably the most essential part of this course,
Oh, that's corporate talk.
because you're working with people who are completely different backgrounds to you. You make good friends that you wouldn't have actually thought you would have. I was just happy with the way I sort of learned to work with people, and that's just something I can take into sort of any area of my life.
We got this.
I'm more out there now. I can stand up and take charge.
I'm actually proud of myself. I'm the leader of the haka, one of the kōtiros, and I never seen myself as that. So I feel really great and honoured to do that. It's a big change for me.
The significance of the graduation parade is huge for the trainees. It's the culmination of all of the successes, all of the hardships, all of the experiences that they've had to bond together, and to see that transformation, that different person marching out in that crisply ironed uniform is basically their way of saying, yep, this is me now, this is who I am, this is who I believe in, and who I'm proud to be.
For the last time, LSV course, to your duty. Boom! Ah!
I'm really grateful that I've decided to take this course. It was very challenging at first, but taking big challenges that I never thought that I can achieve, it changed me a lot, actually.
Thank you for that. And I think the video shows the real progress that a young person can make on the 6 weeks. I think it takes you through that journey. And yeah, it's really inspiring, the change that can happen. So we're going to talk a bit more about the role that our work brokers have at LSV. So I'll pass over to Dallas to do so.
Hugh Ewan. Oh, every time I do that, I lose something. Okay, we are work brokers for MSD who have the privilege of working on the LSV team as work brokers. Now, the description of a work broker for MSD is someone who proactively establishes and maintains strong relationships and networks with employers, industry and community groups, clients and other key stakeholders, support to clients and employers, with a particular focus on securing and connecting clients with vacancies and other opportunities for suitable clients. A work broker also gathers and utilises labour market intelligence to identify gaps in the labour market. So I'll break down what the role means for us on course. So that job description is just a very small part of what a work broker does in the Ministry of Social Development. But essentially, we at LSV do the same role with a few added differences, and we are based at Defence, working in their environment solely with our 18 to 24-year-olds for all of the 6-week courses throughout the year. We build and maintain relationships with current LSV employers and are always seeking new employers who have opportunities for our rangatahi. We organise Employer Expo Discovery Days for week 4 of the course, and also invite employers to LSV to present their industry to the trainees at different times of the course. We can organise job interviews, complete applications, and we can pre-screen for roles. I mean, you could say that we are one of a kind recruitment agency just for you. We have a captured audience at camp and able to access the trainees on behalf of any employer at any time, unless they're off base doing fun things like walking up hills with a full backpack for 4 hours or whatever. But pretty much we can have access to them for you on your behalf. We deliver employment-based workshops to build on skills to get the trainee closer to being work ready, which will be covered off by Rachel. So Defence is a huge part of instilling great routines which aligns with working life, like getting up at 5:30, life skills such as ironing, cleaning boots, learning healthy habits, healthy choices. I mean, I've had messages from parents who are blown away that beds are made, clothes are folded, washing is done, and attitudes have changed. They're literally saying, who is this child and what have you done with my son or daughter? So, yeah, we love to hear things like that come back from parents, yeah. So, anyway, we engage with trainees during the course. The goal is to support them into long-term employment training or study, and we're accountable for the outcomes for the trainees. We ensure all trainees have a plan post-course and continue to work alongside them for 16 weeks by regular contact and monitoring their plans, and work with our MSD colleagues in the trainees region to help them improve, get them getting a job. So it would be fair to say probably that not all our trainees are ready to walk straight into a job, and we understand that they're at different stages. And as you know, this is just part of the reality. However, those that are good to go, we would be promoting them to employers and continue to work with those who are not quite ready. We value our relationship with employers, and we do not want to overpromise and underdeliver. So ngā mihi. Nā koutou, nā tātou e oti pai ai te mahi. Nō reira, kia ora tātou katoa. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing there, Dallas, and I hope you now have a clear idea of what our LSV work brokers do. One thing I'd just like to encourage again is that the Q&A button is there for you. So if you ever have any questions along the way, please just feel free to use it. Now we're going to pass over to Rachel, who actually organised this webinar. So well done, Rachel, on that. Who's going to discuss a bit more about the workshops that MSD deliver during the LSV programme. Rachel, over to you.
Thank you, Ewan. So in week 2 of the programme, we start running workshops with our trainees. We also work on the 7 employability skills in line with New Zealand Defence Force. So we start with job search. What is it? How do you do it? And making sure that they are reading the job descriptions and aligning what they know with what the company wants. Once they know how to find a job, we then start working on how they are going to apply, even down to what their CVs look like and how to update them so they can put their best foot forward. We talk about cover letters and the dreaded job interviews. We all know, if you've dealt with running recruitment in your company, that it's nice when someone is able to tell you what strengths and skills they can bring to your company and tell you exactly what you need to hear. So the last thing we discuss is life after LSV. This is where we try and eliminate any barriers with our young people starting a new job, getting to the new job and staying there. We try and make the workshops fun and engaging, as our trainees all have different learning styles. The evolution of our workshops has always been based on what today's employer needs. So any valuable insights you may have that you could add to this part of the course would be welcomed. So feel free to let us know.
Brilliant. Thank you very much for that information there, Rachel. So next up, Tua, who introduced himself earlier from the Defence Force, has kindly agreed, or has kindly made a video which details what New Zealand Defence Force do during their 6 weeks. As mentioned, MSD deliver around 20% of the training, so it's the other 80% that New Zealand Defence Force are responsible from. So play it away, Rachel. Thank you.
The New Zealand Defence Force's role within the LSV program is to improve our young participants' self-discipline, self-confidence, motivation and initiative. We achieve this by employing the military way to all training delivered throughout the 6-week residential course. The military way is about providing a learning framework that provides structure, high-quality activities that promote learning, values-based living with clear expectations around behaviour, all in an environment that develops social norms and provides an opportunity to form positive friendships and be influenced by good role models whilst feeling physically and psychologically safe. The LSV learning outcomes are targeted at delivering on the 7 employability skills. Every aspect of the course develops these skills, with the main focus being on self-management, teamwork and resilience building. Positive role modelling is critical, and aside from the hand-selected military and civilian personnel that work with our youth, we are also privileged to have police mentors and patrons who act as advocates for the participants and are independent to MSD and the New Zealand Defence Force. Patrons can have strong networks to employers and can be very influential supporters of the program. Recognising effort and achievement is central to the New Zealand Defence Force ethos, where people are our most important asset. LSV is no different, and there are many milestones throughout the course where we will celebrate their success as a team and as individuals.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for making that video. I think it's very informative about what we do. So thank you again, Tua. Now we're going to pass over to Joe, who's going to speak a bit more about the employer expos we spoke about, and also how you can hire an LSV graduate.
Thanks, Ewan. So week 4 of LSV, we run a careers expo. It can be on base or close to base. It's when you guys come in, bring your promotional materials and meet potential candidates for your vacancies. At LSV, we run quite a unique expo. You'll be speaking specifically with our LSV trainees. They'll have their CVs on the day, business cards. It's for them to hand out and really have those meaningful conversations with you guys and hopefully get to learn more about your vacancies or your company. Point of difference for us is that our young people, they want to work, they want to create a better future for themselves. They've been here for 4 weeks, so they're proving that they can follow instructions from their superiors, take feedback, they're willing to learn, they're highly motivated and are very resilient. So for us work brokers, we really want to ride that wave through employment because it helps carry on the momentum that they've learned from LSV. So after the expo, if you're really interested in any of the trainees, please let us know and we can organize any interviews on base or at your site, whatever works for you. In the past, we've had employers come to LSV and complete some of their recruitment process. We've had companies come and do their pre-employment drug testing on site. So when LSV does finish, they're pretty much ready to work. Just want to quickly mention our upcoming expo dates. We'll send all of the dates as well after this webinar. So the first one is 16th of April for Auckland, 6th of May for Wellington, and the 20th of May for Christchurch. So yeah, hopefully you guys can attend all or most of the upcoming expos for this year. Hiring an LSV trainee is simple. There are 2 ways really. One is attending the expo and interviewing any LSV trainees at course. We're quite flexible, so you guys let us know your recruitment process and we'll be happy to accommodate. Another way is to get in touch with us any time of the year. Talk to us about your vacancies and we will have LSV graduates that we can refer to you that will best match your job description. Another point of difference for us is that we have a 16 weeks minimum post LSV support plan. And the idea really is, mentor for them and just help them with any job search. If they've got interviews, we can help prepare them for the interviews. If they are in employment, the idea is we keep in touch with them and just help them focus and stay at work. So, yeah, I'll pass it on back to you, Ewan.
Thank you very much for sharing that, Joe. And one point, Joe mentioned you can contact us at any point of the year. So at the moment, we have 11 different start dates in the year. So they start in January and the last round of courses are in October. So essentially, you've got graduates who've just completed LSV within a few months at any point in the year. So really, we are there round the clock to help support you and your organisation. Another point that I raised earlier is that it's completely nationwide. Participants come from anywhere in the country. So whether you're a small business in a certain region or you're a national employer, there are opportunities that we can help fill for you. Perfect. Thanks for that, Joe. I'm going to pass over to Emma, who's going to discuss a couple of products and services we have at MSD who might help you employ a LSV participant. Over to you, Emma.
Cool, thank you, Ewan. So before diving into the products and services with you guys, I just want to highlight the crucial role that employers play in the success of both LSV as a course and most importantly in our graduates. So our trainees come to LSV for a fresh start and as you've heard and seen throughout the presentation, it's quite a transformative time for them and they work really hard to prepare for their futures. So upon graduation, employment is naturally their next step. So for our trainees, it's really an opportunity to put their newfound skills into practice and obviously build on that momentum that they've gained and continue growing as individuals. So for them, employment is really more than just a job. It's a chance to thrive in the real world. And really, it's their first opportunity to begin their careers as that newly developed person. And for us work brokers, when our trainees walk straight into employment, we're reassured that they will keep developing and growing as people, which is really important for us as well. I guess we've all seen how employment can change lives, and that's why having employers and job vacancies is so important to us. Essentially, you guys as employers hold the key to these young people's futures, and we just want to ensure that we're supporting both you and your businesses in providing these opportunities. And that's obviously where our products and services for employers come into play. So there are 2 products MSD offer to support our employers that I'll touch on briefly today. The first is FlexiWage, which helps employers and trainees in a few ways. So FlexiWage offers training for employees who may have skill gaps when starting their jobs. So this is handy for getting your employees up to speed when starting their new jobs. Say if they have any skills that they require or small little skills that they need to learn, we can help with that training. FlexiWage also offers ongoing support to ensure a trainee's successful integration into their role. So we can help them transition into work, and then we'll also support them so that there's that longevity within your role as well. The most notable benefit is the wage contribution. So MSD can assist with part of your new employees' wages. So that's just easing that financial pressure that can come with creating those new roles or vacancies. The second program is called Mana and Mahi, which is similar to FlexiWage in that it offers that wage contribution. However, the key difference is that it combines employment with industry recognised training. So this program is ideal for businesses that are offering apprenticeships or roles that are requiring more of those formal qualifications. And it's awesome. MSD will actually cover up to $8,000 per year for training, and they also provide some really good training incentives for the employees. So as you can see, huge benefits to taking on our trainees in terms of financial incentives and obviously that ongoing support that will come through us and through MSD. However, we as a team feel the greatest opportunity lies in helping a young person begin a new career and ultimately change the trajectory of their lives. You're giving them that chance to put what they've learned over the 6 weeks into practice and continue to grow as people and in their careers as well. So if you're interested in helping out our trainees and you feel our products and services will benefit your business, please get in touch with our work brokers or your local site brokers for more information, and we'll be more than happy to assist. Cheers, guys.
Thank you very much for that information there, Emma. So as mentioned, Mana and Mahi and FlexiWage are 2 of the products and services we have. As with many of our offerings, it is on a case-by-case basis, depending on circumstances. But as Emma pointed out, please reach out to us and we'll see if it can work for a client that you are interested in employing. Now, we're going to show you a couple of videos of ex-LSV trainees who are now in work and have had a great relationship with their employer. So, Rachel.
I seen LSV and then I just had everything that I needed to get to know and get to do. So on my first day, I made a best friend then and there. It was a struggle, yes, there were some ups and downs. It helped me become a better man of myself, to get to go out there and take the chances and the options, because one day they may not be there anymore.
My first impression of Raven is he just come through the LSV program when I interacted with him. Raven came out of there with a lot of confidence and a high self-esteem as a result of the course. He's been a real asset to the company since his time with Taylor Preston.
Just go, it's the best second chance you'll ever get. You might make a best friend like I did one day, who knows.
The huge difference for me prior to LSV to now is confidence. Getting back into employment meant a lot for me. My first impression of the LSV staff was strict, stern, however, fair.
Callum is such a high energy, very confident person. I think leadership is a big skill in him. He tends to coach, even with his customers. He's about coaching people, educating them.
If you were keen to go to LSV, you didn't come this far to only come this far. To stop yourself from going into LSV is stopping potential opportunities for you.
My first feeling wasn't scared, my first feeling wasn't anxious, nothing. It was honestly
excited.
Nation is an absolute gem to our team. She has had conversations with me about her graduation of LSV, and you can see the pride in her face. It's obviously something that really helped Nation.
It improved my own skill sets for my work ethics. In a way, LSV changed me mentally. I want to go to work, I want to earn, I want to learn more. If anyone's thinking of going to LSV, go for it. I tell you, go for gold. Most likely going to end up being the best thing.
Brilliant. So what I enjoy about those videos is the variety of people that we get at LSV. And also you see how much it benefits the client in getting a work opportunity, but also the employer who's, getting somebody who's dedicated and working hard to try and help that organization. So thank you. So we're getting towards the end here. So thank you all for being here. However, we do have the question and answers. So I can see it's been used. So thank you very much, Irene and Brian, so far for using that. But please, I encourage you to ask any questions you may have or any feedback that you may have, as it's great to hear from you and to answer those. So the first question we have is from Irene. So the question is, once an LSV graduate has successfully gained employment, how long does LSV continue follow-up and contact with the graduate for? So we'd like to talk about their experiences as a work broker. Fantastic. Joe.
Hello. Yes, so we've got that 16 weeks post LSV support plan with them. But if they need more time with us, we're more than happy to, keep working with them. Normally, once a trainee is full-time employed, they're able to just, manage their work, I guess. And then they just come and reach out to us if they need any guidance or support. So it's just a minimum guideline, but if they need more, then we'll be happy to help out.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for that, Joe. As well, I know from speaking to the work brokers, trainees, past trainees do reach out from time to time, whether it be for reference or any advice. And it's also a lot of trainees are linked in with their local work and income service centre. So depending on need and requirement for support, there might be other services that they can access through that. So there is plenty of support there if required. Hope that answers your question, Irene. If it doesn't, just please let us know and we can answer any further parts. So Brian had a bit of question, a bit of feedback there. So I think it was for you, Rachel. You asked about possible feedback for the workshops that we deliver at MSD. One question was, are basic ITC skills part of the ready to apply education? So Brian just says, even site-based roles have so many interfaces with phones and computers, whether it's timesheets, onboarding, PDRs, internal comms and surveys, that some level of ITC capability is essential. So I can answer the first part. At the moment, you obviously work in the curriculum space as well. At the moment, it's not a huge part of the program.
No,
however, on you go, Rachel.
Sorry, carry on, you.
No, you can go.
No, I was just going to say it isn't now, but it is something that we could look at introducing. When we do run the expos, we actually have providers that come along. So if there is a particular job that someone wants to apply for and there is some upskilling that needs to be done, then our providers can then take over and they can go for that training that they need.
Brilliant, thanks for that. And also MSD have a range of services. I know one's digital passports that we offer to people who are job seeking and other forms of benefits. So that's where you can build up IT skills, and there's various courses. I know, Rachel, you've done quite a few of them in terms of for research. So there are services out there that the wider Ministry of Social Development can support with as well. But take on your feedback, Brian, and that's an excellent suggestion. So thank you for that. Just
to add to that, Ewan, sorry. We look at different ways to run the course. Already we've, like Tua had said, we've got the licenses that we have introduced. So to get them licensed, we also, each camp runs a different activity. But so for here, we do the site safe through VR, and I'm aware that and also offer a forklift, but we're always open to ideas to improve the chances of our graduates getting into employment. Thanks, Ewan.
Thanks for that. And we got okay, thank you for Brian. So I think you answered it well there, Rachel. Thank you. Yeah, we have another question here from Danielle. Would you please repeat the dates for the Expos in Auckland, Wellington, and Christchurch? So, Joe, I think you're the one that had them.
Yeah. So, 16th of April for Auckland, 6th of May for Wellington, 20th of May for Christchurch. We did originally here in Auckland send on the 17th, but it's recently been changed, so we'll send out the comms very shortly. Cool.
Brilliant. And what we'll do, Danielle, is we'll send, and to everyone, we'll send out a list of our Expo dates for the rest of the year and also our graduation dates as well. So that should help with that. I have a question from Alexia. What locations do you have participants? I was under the impression it was predominantly Waikato, but we have opportunities in other regions. So keen to understand the opportunities there. Okay, so I can answer part of this, and Joe, you're happy to step in if there's anything I missed. So we have LSV locations in 3 parts of the country. So one is in Auckland, one is just outside Wellington, and one is in Christchurch. But trainees, participants can come from anywhere. So travel is included within the program. So we have people from each and every region throughout New Zealand. So Alexa, we'd love to hear from you about what opportunities you might have available, and we can certainly link you in. I mean, it'd be fair to say, just based on population, places like Auckland or the main cities, we do have a higher portion. But actually, LSV does appeal to people in smaller communities as well. As well, one service we didn't talk about today in Emma's presentation is we do have the 5K to Work initiative. So this can help support people who are willing to travel and move to a new location. It can offer like a cash incentive for them to promote, or not to promote, but to support the move that they might make. So I think it'd be fair to say we do have some participants who wish to move location as well. So definitely be in touch, and we'd love to hear from you. Joe, anything you'd add to that? You're happy? Thank you for that question, Alex, and feel free to ask if I haven't answered any part of that. Okay, so Irene is asking, is police vetting part of the application process for LSV? Working in public healthcare, there would be certain convictions that may preclude someone from employment due to our vulnerable patients. Tua, would you like to talk about that, about the police vetting process?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we do include police vetting. Obviously, all of the people that work at YDU are police vetted because we're core or non-core workers. But as far as the participants go, we used to do 100% check. Now we've reduced that to 5% of all the trainees that come onto the course are police vetted. So it would have to be something that you as an employer pursued if you were working in the lines of health or you needed a police vet under the Children's Act done. We found the reduction, we do it for a risk mitigation process, and we found that getting 100% checked was no real benefit compared to the 5% check that we do on most of the candidates. That was fine.
Awesome, thank you. And what about from an MSD perspective? Joe?
There you again. So at course, obviously we spend a good chunk of time with the trainees. What we do is have those one-on-one conversations with them, and we're quite straight up. Sometimes, can you pass a drug test? Do you have any sort of, police convictions? And normally they'll tell us straight up as well. So those are the info that we can also share if you've got any roles that requiring a full clean convictions. So yeah, just feel free to ask us the question, really.
Thanks for that. Rachel, you had your hand up as well. Did Joe cover it?
Yeah. So I agree with Joe. We're not going to put them in a position where they're going to fail. When they do their application form, we do actually ask if they've got any convictions, and most of them are straight up. So we kind of know what they possess and what is good for them to go forward for.
Thanks for that. Hope it answers your question, Irene. If it doesn't, feel free to ask. So Alexia's came back and said the length and breadth of Aotearoa. So thank you for the details here. So yeah, we'd love to hear from you, Alexia, particularly as we have people from all parts as well. Next, apologies if I mispronounced it, Gerhard or Gerard. Hi, will the applicants possess a valid certificate of approval? Rachel.
So, like the site safe, it took a while to get that off the ground. We've been looking into training for the COA, as we do find that a lot of our trainees, if not pursuing defence, that they like to go into security. We do, however, put them forward for training once they graduate, but if we can get the COA up and running while they're here at course, we're definitely going to try and make that happen, and you guys will be the first to know. Thanks.
Thanks for that, Rachel. And also, is there, forgive me, I'm not aware, is there opportunities to get a COA through a service centre potentially?
Yes, there is. Yep. So, well, I know in the Wellington region we have providers that offer that training.
Brilliant. So there may be an opportunity for someone you're interested to go through that course outside of LSV as well. But to answer the question as a whole, no, it wouldn't be every trainee that would come out. Some may also have it from the past though as well. Hope that answers it. Again, feel free to ask if not. What is the success completion rate for LSV applicants? E.g., would most who join the programme go on to complete it? So I'm trying to think of, off the top of my head, over the last sort of year, is it so over 75%, I think? Sorry, I don't know off the top of my head, too, if you know.
Yeah, last year we marched in 826 trainees, and we marched out 588, so that's a 71% success rate. In previous years, pre-COVID, it was around 80%, and we're slowly marching our way up to that. So the first course this year marched out 77%. So that's the sort of momentum that we want to keep tracking towards, 80% success rate, which is pretty phenomenal when you think about that. I don't know if we get that in the defence course on our recruit courses.
Indeed. And that's one thing I did mention at the beginning. LSV is completely voluntary. So not only is it you have to choose to go on the course rather than someone send you there, it's also the same as well if you don't feel it's the right fit for you. While we would encourage you to stay for your potential own benefit, if somebody does choose to leave, just homesick and feels they have no other option, then of course they can leave. So that does contribute towards some choosing to leave early. Cool. Well, that answers that, Irene. It's okay. So we haven't got any backlog of questions. Is there any more questions that we can help answer? Nothing coming through. I hope that means we've been quite thorough today, and we've covered the bases. Excuse the pun, but we've covered the information that you'd be looking for. So thank you everyone again. It was great to see, looking at the attendees, those who joined at the beginning. Yeah, a great percentage of you stayed on for the whole seminar, which I think is fantastic, and we really do appreciate you taking time out of your day to learn a bit more about how we operate at LSV and what we do and what we're trying to achieve. We'll send you out some valuable information after the webinar ends, including the dates that we mentioned. We'll resend our contact information, so all the MSD staff, so you're more than welcome to contact us at any time. In fact, we'd love to hear from you, and we're happy to answer any questions that inevitably pop up once 2 o'clock hits and you're like, oh, I should have asked that, but we'll be happy to do that anytime. So again, thank you very much for your time this afternoon, and I would now like to hand it over to Dallas, who is going to close off the meeting with a karakia.
Ngā koutou, ngā tātou, e oti pai, ai te mahi, nō reira, kia ora, tātou katoa.
Kia ora, everybody. Thank you once again for attending, and we really appreciate it, and we really look forward to hearing from you soon.